This is pavbhambra here for PSB Sports, where the James Degale versus Caleb Truax final press commentator today ahead of the world title fight on Saturday night at the Copper Box. I'm joined by Frank Ryan. How you doing, Frank?
I'm doing good. Yourself?
Yeah, doing very well, very well. Firstly, what's your reaction to the press conference? Obviously, I know James Degale is fighting again, his first fight since January, so he fought Badou Jack. How do you see this fight going? I'm
delighted that James back in the ring. You know, he's been on, it's his first fight in the UK, or London I should say, for 2.5 years. And he's been on the road, he's done some, he's defended his title successfully, he's been showed, you know, the type of champion he is. Unfortunately got an injury out the ring for, was it nearly a year now? He had a quite serious operation on his shoulder. So it's a tough fight for him, for a comeback fight, and hopefully he'll come through it, and then he set himself up for some big fights for 2018.
How important do you think it is as well to have James Degale back here in the UK? Because I knew he's fighting some
really important for him. I think, you know, the fans love him here. He's, you know, he's part of a very exciting weight division, and there's some great fights to be made. And I think he needs to come here. And you know, without a doubt, he's the best super middleweight in the world. He's the #1, and I think he's got. You know, the fans will be looking for him to make a statement on Saturday and prove that.
I mean, would you say if he was in the World Boxing Super Series now, would you have him as your favourite to win?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But he doesn't need to be in that for. He is the #1.
Absolutely, and obviously as well. Chief support, you got Lee Selby as well defending his IBF World Featherweight title against Ramirez, and obviously a very stacked bill as well with Yarde and Yarde Dubois. So just talk to us about the whole bill, Frank.
Well, Lee Selby's fighting a Mexican guy called Ramirez, who missed the press conference today because he went on the missing list. We couldn't find him. Him and his team disappeared from the hotel, but they found him now. But he had his test weighing yesterday. He came in 4 pounds over the test weight, so he will not. If he were to win that fight on Saturday, he will not get the title.
Oh, okay, so the title.
Boxing Board has said that he's got to weigh in. You know, he can't weigh in more than less than 9 stone 2.
Okay, fair enough. And I know obviously with Yarde and Yarde Dubois, they're making their mark.
They're in 2 tough fights. You know, Anthony's in with this guy from Montenegro.
Sergio. That's
the one. And it's a big learning fight for him, and a tough fight for him. The guy's lost a split decision against Stiglitz. He's been involved with some good quality world class fighters, and I think this is a real big test for Anthony, considering that he's only had 12 amateur fights and 13 pro fights. So this guy is very, very experienced, and he's going to ask a lot of questions of him. I
mean, how would you analyse the year so far for Anthony and Daniel? Because I
think both of them have done exceptionally well. They're two talented fighters. I mean, you know, as a heavyweight, Daniel's a baby. He only had 5. You know, he's had 5 pro fights. He only had 7 senior fights as an amateur. So yeah, he's being stepped up. But I think I like him. I think he's got so much poise. I'm a big fan, and I honestly do believe that he has the ability to. If he keeps doing what he's doing and learning and dedicating himself like he is to his profession, I think he can go all the way.
With Anthony as well, I know in the summer we had the press conference regarding the offer you made to Fran Buglioni in the Jose Burton situation. You guys are looking at it again next year, or probably not?
I mean, you know, look, I think he's left Jose Burton in his slipstream, and the same will be with Frank Buglioni after this fight. We've made him offers. That offer's there, but I think that, you know, he's worked. This is a tough fight for him. This will move him up the world rankings. He can get into a #5 position, which is far higher than their ranks. But he's got to do that. He's got to win the fight. It's a tough fight.
I know next week as well, Billy Joe Saunders is flying out to Canada. He's defending his title against David Lemieux, who obviously fought Golovkin previously as well.
Yeah.
How's Bill looking out there in Canada so far?
Bill's in excellent condition, you know, both physically, more importantly physically, and more importantly mentally. He's focused. He's enjoying his training with his new trainer Dominic Ingle, and they seem to have gelled really well together. And now he's got a tough fight in his hand. You know, he's in the other guy's backyard. He's a big puncher, Lemieux. Bill's not a bad puncher. Bill's got a good chin. He's a very good boxer. He's never been on the floor. This is a tough test for him, but he's looking for a big 2018, and he's got to finish the year on a bang and come back with his belts, and then hopefully we can make him or get him involved in some seriously big fights.
I know it says a lot about a champion defending his title away from home. I know obviously home advantage is a big factor, but it says a lot about Billy Joe Saunders and his fighting spirit and character going abroad and defending his title.
It does, and it tells you that, you know, the cut of him. So, as I say, he's out there now. He's acclimatised. He's working hard, and fingers crossed he'll come from it.
If he does come through, I'm sure you've got big plans next year for Bill. I mean, is that Golovkin or Canelo fight a potential next year?
They're going to fight in May, or if they haven't signed off yet, but if they fight in May, that means the winner won't fight until September. So that means that will not happen. In the meantime, Bill's got to be busy, and we want to keep him really busy and keep him working.
And obviously the weekend as well, we have Lomachenko against Rigo. Now that'll be like, exclusive on Box Nation. Massive fight between two pound-for-pound fighters. How do you see that one going?
I fancy Lomachenko. I love Lomachenko. I think he's a great fighter. He's a fantastic amateur, and he's a brilliant professional. When you look at what he's done in 9 fights, is something very, very special. And Rigonda is again has got a great amateur background. He's been a fantastic pro. So you've got 2 styles there, which I think actually will gel and make a good fight. I think it's going to be a really good fight.
And obviously, I'm sure next year as well, Box Nation are going to continue to bring those kind of fights for
the
fans.
Best in, like we always do, I should say, and continue to do. And we're also looking to do the same, with our promotions in the UK, just bringing the guys through.
With James off this fight on Saturday, are you looking to work with him again after this, maybe in the future?
Of course, that's what, or with any fighters. That's what we're in the business of, delivering the fights to the fans. That's what we, since we've done our deal with BT. We've always put on good shows, but now we're putting on some seriously good shows because obviously we have the resources to do that.
And obviously there's still that potential of a Groves rematch, that Eubank Jr. clash for James Degale, Callum Smith.
All those fights are there to be made. Well, hopefully can be made. I don't think Groves is anybody ducks, but Eubanks. I mean, I'm surprised he's not pulled out of this fight yet. But anyway.
Frank, additionally as well, just your thoughts on Amir Khan in the jungle. I know he's been great watch on TV, but how have you found it?
Very entertaining, isn't it? I mean, the bits I've seen of it's been very entertaining, and he's doing what he's got to do. I think it's been good fun.
And looking into next year, Frank, what can the fans continue to expect on BT Sport and Box Nation?
Good fights, quality fights, value for money, and being entertained. Putting the best on. That's what we're determined to do, and that's what we want to do.
Frank Warren, thank you very much for your time again for PSB Sports. Good luck on Saturday night. I hope it all goes well.
I'll see you Saturday.
I will see you after the fight.
You will do.